Hello and welcome to the Lifestyles YouTube channel. It feels so strange to be sitting down and filming a sit-down video. I know 2 weeks ago I did a sit-down video with a mid-year book tag, but it still feels like it's been a while since I've been in the routine of filming YouTube videos with all of the Europe vlogs coming up, but sadly the Europe vlogs have come to an end and we have still plenty of summer content coming up. I really want to do like a morning routine, a week in the life, or day in the life, whatever, more vloggy summer work life content. But this week is a crazy week at work. We have a lot of weird hours and events going on, so I figured it wasn't the best day to film or the best week to film. So instead I'm doing a sit down video, and it is almost apartment move-in season for college students, and so I wanted to do a little video all about apartment living. I've lived in my current apartment for just coming up on 2 years. I absolutely adore it. It's my favorite place in the world. Okay, maybe I shouldn't say that. It's one of my favorite places in the world. I've lived here with 2 roommates the past 2 years, and one of those roommates is moving out, and we're having another roommate move in, and I'm really excited for her to move in. I'm sad that the other girl left, but you know, that's just the way life goes, and we're gonna make the most of it. But we love our apartment, and one thing that I'll start off by saying is that your apartment and your dorm or house experience will be totally 90% based on the people you are with. If you are in a good community, it's gonna make your living experience so much better. Today I'll be offering a few tips as well as a look into my apartment, which I've filmed an apartment tour before, and so you've seen it. It's been in all the vlogs, but I just thought for this video we'll do a little bit more and some of the things that make apartment living work for me. I am incredibly blessed that my roommates are such great people. We decided to live together my freshman year, probably in about October, and we barely knew each other. We were all in Crew, which is a campus ministry, and we all wanted to live with Crew girls, and we were looking for a place. I sort of begged Maya because she wasn't sure if she wanted to live in an apartment for her sophomore year. And I was like, Maya, come on, it's gonna be so much fun, I'll cook for you or whatever. I was saying anything to get her to live with me, and it worked. By the grace of God, we're best friends. We've never had an apartment fight, never had tensions. People always ask, with 3 people, do you have tensions? Is there a duo that's closer than the third person? And no, I think Maya and Madeline, those are my roommates, have things that bond them together. I have things that bond with Maya. I have things that bond with Madeline. And so it's really a 3-way, we're all equal. We all get along. We tease each other for different things, but it's fine. We love each other deep down. And I think part of that is the perspective of we're all different people living together. We all do our part, but also we understand if there are dishes in the sink that one of my roommates left behind, then I'm just gonna wash them. Just if I leave dishes in the sink behind, one of my roommates is probably gonna wash them, because it's the golden rule, do unto others as you would have them do unto you. Because chances are they just were in a rush and had to get to class or whatever, and it's not that deep. I remember it was the first or second night after we moved in that we sat around and we were like, should we be talking about roommate rules? And I don't think we ever actually really laid down rules. We just sort of were like, we'll figure it out. And it's worked. Do your part, clean, but also have roommates that are gonna do their part and clean. And I think if you go into it that mutual understanding of we're all gonna do our part to be kind to each other and respectful, then it's gonna be fine. The one conversation I remember having was literally a year and a half after we moved in together, where we were like, let's just say what annoys us about each other. And we did. And it was fine, no one was butthurt. I think my roommates told me, Caroline, you've got to stop listening to podcasts in the morning at top volume. And I was like, you know what? Yeah, I do have to do that. But my roommates were never harboring a grudge against me because I did these things that were inconsiderate. They were just like, Caroline, just so you know. And I think not taking it personally is really important. Another thing that is super important to roommate relationships is being intentional. It's really easy to just be ships passing in the night, but if you want to have a relationship with your roommates, it's good to have those intentional times. We would always do Espresso Royale, which is a coffee shop, in the mornings, 1 day a week. And then in the summer, when there were even fewer times where we were all together, because we'll be in and out of the apartment, we've been doing roommate dates. We did a really good job at this last summer. We would do them pretty much every week, and we would take turns planning the roommate dates. But having intentional things where you go out and craft together, or you go out to dinner together, or you go on a little road trip or something, it's really important to have not only like we live together relationships, but being friends with them. For the next segment of this video, let's go and look around the apartment and talk about a few things that make our apartment work. Okay. Leaving my room, going to the living room. Ta-da! Turn off the air conditioning for just a second because it is so loud. And hopefully that'll stop soon. Perfect. That's actually something I do that I think probably annoys my roommates, is I turn off the air conditioning because I get annoyed that it's so loud and blows so hard. And I'll turn it off when they're gone and then forget to turn it on again when they come back. So this is our living room. It looks kind of sad right now because Maya left and she took a bunch of her stuff with her, and Maya had been the master decorator basically. So practically all of our decorations were hers. So I think once Chelsea moves in, we will redecorate a little bit, spice things up again. This is our living room. We have a little kitchen table back here, which I should probably throw away this bag. I don't know what this is. I think other college apartments are the same way. Our apartment has a lot of character. It's very old, and there are things that are weird about it. And so one thing that's weird about our living room is we don't have lights. So we threw up some fairy lights, and they're adorable, I think. And it's also just like the chairs are always breaking, so we have friends that come over and try to fix things, but normally Madeline just does it because she's better than most people at fixing things. We grabbed this table off the side of the road. Initially we had a table from our landlord, but we kind of thought it was ugly, and then our friend Kelly found this on the side of the road and was like, guys, do you want this table? It is kind of ugly still, and it would be fun to like touch up with paint, which I guess we can do that. Like it's not, we could very well do that. Another thing that makes our apartment tick is, as you can see, we don't have many chairs. We have the 2 couches and we have the 2 chairs at the kitchen table, but we got these cheap little IKEA stools. Normally our guests are scared to sit in them because they look like they're about to break, but we do have them, and I will sit in them because I know they're not gonna break, they're fine. And I think each of us bought one of the stools, but when I left, she was like, I literally don't care. It's like a $20 IKEA stool, and I don't need this in my new apartment. That was something that we probably should have talked about at the beginning when we moved in. We didn't remember who bought everything. Knowing who has what is helpful, because then when someone moves out, you're like, oh snap, we don't have any mixing bowls anymore. Another thing is it's easy for people when they get here just to throw their shoes by the door. We are a hosting household, and so that is very easy, but that's what my closet is for. So let's go there. This is another thing that gives our apartment character. This is my closet. This is my room. It's across the hall, and it doesn't have a door, so I have a curtain for it. This is why I chose my room, because I wanted to have the closet without a door. I didn't know Madeline and Maya super well, and I wanted to be able to have the closet without the door because I knew I could keep it clean, and I knew I would put up a curtain or something, and I didn't want to have a messy roommate with a messy closet without a door. Another thing about my closet is it's huge. So when people come over, they put their shoes in here, they put their skateboards in here, all of their stuff. This is where we keep like our Christmas tree, our extra dishes, all of our other decorations for our apartment. It's just storage, and it's really nice to have that because in a college apartment you're probably not gonna have a lot of storage. You're gonna want to utilize the under the bed storage. Having tubs under your bed is a great way to do that, and then just all of these little nooks and crannies because you don't want it to look messy. Another life hack is to store your jewelry on command hooks. A few command hooks with necklaces and such, and a ribbon with all of my earrings. Again, you may be able to see we do not have lights in our hallway, so fairy lights it is. Here's the kitchen. It's also a hangout space. A lot of times one of us will be cooking dinner and then another person will come in and start cooking their dinner, and then the first person will finish, so they'll sit down on the ground to eat because the conversation's already flowing, and then we'll all just be sitting on the floor eating our dinners together, and it's great. We should have bought more hand towels. That's one of the things you don't think of to buy, but we should have bought more of them. We also forgot to buy fruit bowls at first, since that was the last minute, like go back and get fruit bowls, because that's important. Serving dishes and serving utensils are also important. If you're a hosting household, we have our junk drawer, plastic wrap, coin jar, etc. We have a little fly trap because apartments with character. We have a fruit fly problem. We have a picture of our landlord inside our cabinet because it's a college apartment and we have to have a few things that are just so college apartment. We all share dishes. It's important to agree on what foods are going to be communal. We don't cook meals together other than like Saturday night dinners when all of our friends come over, but mostly we're cooking by ourselves with our own things. It's sort of like, okay, if you're out of cheese, like you can borrow a little bit of mine, but if it's the last of my cheese, please don't like eat that up. Bananas, we share because my roommates like them when they're bright yellow, and then I like them when they're brown for granola, but if they're too far gone, we'll freeze them and I'll eat the same ones. Condiments, we all pretty much share, like flour and sugar and stuff are up there. We pretty much share all of those. And spices, we share, like, it's the golden rule, comes back to that of like, okay, if we're out of vanilla, I'll buy more vanilla and I'm not gonna make you Venmo me 50 cents. Like, it's fine. Just if we're out of soap, you buy soap. I try to clean up after myself and also I'll occasionally like sweep or mop the floors. Madeleine will go crazy and clean the bathroom really intensely whenever she's feeling like it. So just doing the things that you would want others to do for you. Sharing a fridge, it's kind of crazy. I have a drawer with my stuff in it. I have the fruit and veggie crisper. Madeleine has this bottom shelf. Maya had this top shelf, but now it's just kind of random since she's not here anymore. And then this middle shelf is common. If someone knows how to arrange Tupperware, please tell me because our Tupperware shelf is always a mess and it's actually looking pretty good right now. And now if you follow me through the kitchen, we have the bathroom. Here's our bathroom. It's been so long since I've done that. That's something I did. I was actually vlogging a day in the life the day we toured this apartment, and I have a clip in that video where I go like this in the bathroom, and it's crazy that I have that clip and then I've done it like every time I'm vlogging in here since then. This is our bathroom. We have a really loud fan slash light, and my towels are back here. Madeleine's towel is hanging on the door. I always feel bad that I have like the nice place to hang your towels, but I just like someone had to have it, I guess. If someone else wants it, I don't care. Okay, I'm back in my room to wrap up this video. One more thing about towels is that when I moved out to college, my parents were like, Caroline, don't you want to get a second towel? And I was like,
no, I only need one towel.
They were like, well, what if you're washing it? And I was like,
then I'll dry it and wait till it's done to shower.
Which is fine for the most part. It does pose an issue when we have house guests. Since we're a hosting household, we are frequently, not frequently, but often enough having people spend the night. We always host, and I never have a towel to give them. Thankfully, Madeleine has extra towels, so she's just give her the towels. For hosting, you are going to need a set of things. Like we have an air mattress here, we have sheets for the air mattress, we have extra pillows and stuff if people need them. We also have the couches. It's also, I've learned, good to always have pancake batter in the pantry because whenever we host people overnight, I love getting up and making pancakes for breakfast because it's just an easy thing that feeds a lot of people. It's cheap, just staples to have if you're a hosting household. Another thing is to clean your apartment before you totally settle in because our landlord didn't clean ours. We did change the move-in date on them sort of last minute, but it never got cleaned. And we did clean it ourselves, and I think even if the landlord does clean it, it probably needs to be cleaned. Now that is the end of this video, so I hope you enjoyed it. I hope it gave you good helpful insight into moving into your apartment, and I will see you in our next video.